Merry Christmas, Eagle World Bird Gang. Happy Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Tomorrow starts Kwanzaa. I just wanted to say, since I haven't been vlogging in a while, just because obviously with all the lack of progress that our team has had in the past couple weeks, it's been one of those months where I realized, you know what, at the end of the year, we knew what this team was going to be. So let's not be shocked as to what the record is or to how everything's shaken out in the playoffs. Let's just be thankful for the players that have contributed consistently throughout this season. Namely, Jordan Hicks, our good old kid Carson Wentz, Darren Sproles. Jason Kelce has had ups and downs this season, but he became better and stronger, and as well as Fletcher Cox. Do I think it was worth all that money? It never is worth that much money, but you're going to ask for what you can if you can get it. So I can't blame him. But next year, there will be a lot more names added to this roster, and hopefully names that will stay for more than a season. Hopefully, Happy New Year to Deshaun. I don't mind bringing him back because they need a veteran. I don't care if he only has one play in the book. He has a play that matters. And sometimes those were the plays that the Eagles did not have this season to win them more games. So I'm fine with bringing back our playmaker. I'm fine with drafting a running back. But I really, really, really feel like this draft is going to be about the defense, cornerbacks, a reliable defensive end, somebody who can prevent all those gaps when it came to the pass rush and all those yards that have been gobbled up by other teams due to the fact that we didn't have a pass rush. So we need to work on that. We need to work on Doug not being so shaky in his play calling. It's his first year as a head coach, so maybe a lot of things that he tried or learned from Andy, he just doesn't know when to plug them in at the right time. So let's just say Happy New Year to Doug. Happy New Year to your new play calling. I hope that Frank Reich puts something into your ear, or maybe Jim Schwartz will get a clue if we continue with Jim Schwartz. I'm not sure. I think he was only signed for a year. So if we get another defense coordinator, we need somebody who knows when to blitz and knows his teammates very well, that they can do stuff that actually can happen. Granted, it's the first year for all this squad, so I look at it like some of the stuff is not always on the players' fault because they're only listening to what's they're being directed. I hope that Greg Lewis stays with us because I feel like he didn't get a lot of help this year with wide receivers. I hope that Brent Selleck retires as an Eagle. I hope that my Zach Ertz builds on a lot more progress and has even more confidence in himself, hence all the injuries, and stays consistent next season. I hope that we add another tight end, obviously, because Brent is going to be in his 10th or 11th season. I hope that we add new faces for tight end. I hope that obviously the wide receiver core improves, but I don't think it should be the first priority. I think the first priority is to get Carson's blind side nailed down. And I think it's very important for the defense to not get winded in the fourth quarter. I really feel like Vinny Curry might go, Connor may go. I really don't want them to go, but somebody's got to stay in order to solidify the veterans. But I understand we can't keep everybody, so I wouldn't be shocked if I hear that Vinny's traded or Connor's traded. I would like Connor to stay because I really feel like not only just as a player, he's been a very, very positive force in the Philadelphia community, and I just feel like that's a good look for the Eagles. But sometimes you just got to go head over heart, and sometimes it's not even about being a good guy. It's just about, can you play consistently? And if we keep Jim Schwartz, then obviously that means Connor's not going to stay. So if we do get rid of Jim Schwartz, I pray that they go back to what worked for Connor and Fletcher and all of them and made them more prolific. But mind you, this was a tale of two seasons, and the first 3 games we weren't complaining about anything. And then we had some rebounds in the middle of the season, and then we went back to the 5 losing game streak. So as a fan, it's been hard to stay dedicated. Yes, it's been very hard to have an attention span. But this season is all about finding out what needs to work and trusting your instincts and knowing football, basically. not just guessing all the time. We want more games where the fans don't feel like they're on edge throughout the whole game. We want to feel like we can watch a game consistently, week in, week out, and have a product that we want to buy clothes for and we want to wear their jerseys. I felt most people, if they didn't buy a Wentz jersey, they bought just the Eagle head because they didn't know who was going to stay. I know for one, I will get a Jordan Hicks jersey next year. And I definitely want it in black. I think that they should spend time, if they're going to do the color rush thing, even if they get rid of Thursday Night Football, they should bring back Kelly Green for the South Philly fans, because that's really what people gravitate toward the most, especially when we had the 75th anniversary game with Mike Vick was here, and everyone loved the Kelly Green. So we need to commit to a Kelly Green night or a special night to just have the honorary throwback jersey. Just because the Steelers always wear those jailhouse things, and we always wear the black. So I really think that the Eagles should look into bringing back the old Kelly Green feeling, just to get the fans back on board, because the majority of fans have probably jumped ship. And I think with knowing that it's going to be a process with Wentz and building around him, and we can't get every single player what they need in 1 year, it's going to be hard to keep people's interest without, the millennials taking over. A lot of the old school fans know what it used to be and they don't see it, so they're not really having that faith. But if you're a diehard fan, you're going to stay dedicated no matter what. But my wish this year is just for us to ride out 2016 knowing that we have at least a core that has a possibility of blooming into a wonderful team. And I, for one, am proud of Wentz, because at least I know my quarterback will be around for a while. Because I really feel like this kid, his positive energy is going to emanate as soon as Doug gets some confidence under himself and stays consistent with plays that make sense, and he believes in his kid, then he won't try so hard. He won't make dumb plays of fourth and goal or fourth and one or whatever. He did a lot of stupid plays that kind of ruined a lot of games. And I think that the whole team needs to be on the same page next year, especially the coaching, because that's really basically what makes the whole squad. So you're only as good as your leader. So we got a lot of shaky things going on. But I, for one, am glad to be an Eagles fan, because everything is a work in progress. And just like the Sixers and just like the Flyers, and the Phillies will be back on that train too, we have to go through our pains just to get to where we need to be. And that's just a simile. That's an anatomy for life. I mean, not anatomy, analogy for life. That we all need to just go through the good and the bad in order to grow into a beautiful product. So I say Happy New Year to all those fans. And 2017 is going to be lit. I, for one, will go back to being a fan and not an employee. So I will be able to enjoy tailgates with my boy E-Rock, hopefully. And hopefully I will be able to experience a game actually sitting and not having to work. So being that it's my last season as an employee, I'd like to say thank you to all who have worked with me. And thank you to all the experiences I've learned being a supervisor for a little bit, and being an event staffer, being a fan ambassador, working in the pro shop. I had a lot of good and bad, and a lot more good than bad. And I loved getting my face painted, even though I thought that was weird at first, but I did it all the time. And I can't wait till the end of the season party in February and say bye to my coworkers and exchange a lot of numbers, because I'm sure I'll be hanging out with people during next season. And I hope that training camp I get to go, just to see what it's like to go as a fan. I only went once and it was really, really brief, so I didn't really get to experience it that much. But I thank everybody who I've worked with. AJ loves you. I will continue to call into my radio show because I do love calling in. And I just love being a fan. So I'm glad that 2017 will be the year of the fan. And I pray that this summer, this spring, it'll be nothing but exciting things for Philadelphia, because Lord knows we need some happiness, some consistency, some excitement again in the city. Mwah. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Be safe. Go Birds.